what happened to Insurgency Sandstorm? That is honestly a question that I propose to both you and I, like God's honest truth. Insurgency Sandstorm, I have been fond of this title for oh so long. If you guys have watched me on my previous YouTube channel, I have did over 100+ videos on Insurgency Sandstorm. Insurgency Sandstorm, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, was the game that got me into like tactical, hardcore-esque shooters, right? And I've been a fan of that style of experience ever since. Now, when I first played this title, right, Insurgency Sandstorm was riddled with issues. It one time even had a competitive multiplayer. I know some of you have not even seen that side of Insurgency Sandstorm, but just to show you how far back I go with this game, that's what it was at the time. And the competitive scene actually died off because it couldn't find a player base. It couldn't find growth. And with the ongoing problems with the game at the time for Insurgency Sandstorm, they had to can that portion of the game, which was very unfortunate. Not like I was bowling out in it, but it was pretty dope to have a ranked system in Insurgency Sandstorm and actually come out there and compete. So it sucked that that happened, but something more beautiful happened on the other end of that. Insurgency Sandstorm started to find momentum in another way. In my opinion, I felt like the co-op experience was really, really major. And then after scrapping the competitive ranked play that they had, they just left the simple multiplayer up. And then after making a plethora of changes in solving some of the game's biggest issue, the game honestly started gaining momentum, which was pretty dope. And through playing the game for quite some time, I really fell in love with the co-op experience. Don't ask me why. I don't know why, but co-op in Insurgency Sandstorm, it's just magical, just fucking magical. And I found myself playing that portion of the game hours upon hours on end. And I tweeted the other day that Insurgency Sandstorm is still one of the best first-person tactical shooters today. And I'm talking many years later. And if anybody feels otherwise, you like magic tricks, right? Come close. Come close. Let's zoom in on 3, 2, 1. Okay. Don't mess with me in Insurgency Sandstorm. That game has done wonders for its life cycle and what it has brought forth. But what is currently going on with the game, and is it dead? I personally do not believe so at all. However, with that said, there is a harsh reality that Insurgency Sandstorm has to face sooner or later. I must ask you folks at home, do you guys fuck with Insurgency Sandstorm? Like, are you really an Insurgency Sandstorm supporter? If you're down with Insurgency Sandstorm, let your voice be heard. There's no right or wrong answer here. I just want to hear from my community, and you guys already know how we do on this side. Look at my comment section, guys. We be going off in there. Just look at the comment section. We love having discussions on my channel, and this is nothing different. Now, if you're enjoying the video thus far and love Insurgency Sandstorm, make sure that you give this video a big like. And also, if you want to stay up to date on any developments and any news happening around Insurgency Sandstorm, this is the channel. So consider subscribing today. All hands on deck. Insurgency Sandstorm has received just tons of support over the course of its life cycle, to be very, very honest with you. And I would say the devs have done good on the most part. Now, being timely in dropping updates when you and I will like them, they haven't really killed that. But I must say, overall, with the updates that they have given, it has given us enough to enjoy and indulge in and rekindle a new light to the game. So I always have been appreciative of what New World Interactive has accomplished with Insurgency Sandstorm thus far. Now, with that said, there are a crowd of people that like to beg different, which I am not arguing with you, because to some degree, there have been legacy issues that people have not really found solutions to, especially my console folks. They're always complaining about something. So it is what it is there, but for the most part, I would have to say New World Interactive has done an exquisite job with keeping this game going and running for the small niche community that it has, and you got to respect that. But with that said, change is coming. Insurgency Sandstorm is said to be receiving crossplay in the near future. Now, that's going to be a very interesting dynamic for this game. Now, it's going to bring in a pool of players together, being PC and console just converging all together and being able to play with each other, which is dope for the lifespan of the game, but it's going to bring up issues as to how Insurgency now plays and feels, right? On console, I think Insurgency is really dope. And I also do love it on PC. So both sides are good essentially, but what would it make when they both come together? I don't know how that balance is going to work out. However, I am happy that it prolongs the life of Insurgency Sandstorm in a huge way. It still gives the game a leg up for its future and gives the game's lifespan probably 1 to 2 more years beyond what we would expect, right? Because when you have a bigger player pool, you could always essentially find matches and have people to play with. So that's always a plus. Now, I'm going to make a bold statement. I'm going to say the fight has just begun for Insurgency as a franchise. Now, you're like, Abel, what are you talking about? The fight just begun. The game's pretty old, and Insurgency Sandstorm might be looking to wrap up here within a couple of years, which is true. But I feel as though the product that is Insurgency Sandstorm, for the most part, has been a success. It is one of the best feeling tactical shooters around. The graphics are purely exquisite. The dev team has put in tremendous amounts of work here, and they have a solid product. Why not go for the 3P in the franchise? And I feel what New World Interactive has learned from the ups and downs of this game being developed, I feel like the Insurgency name, the legacy, the IP itself could go for another game, probably with a different setting, a different theme, something maybe more futuristic or something near futuristic. You know what I'm saying, guys? Something in the vein of Insurgency, but something new, something fresh. I feel like we could eventually get there, but we have to see what's going to be said and what develops with time. I personally feel like something's brewing in the background that you and I just don't know about, and it has me very excited. Now, speaking of games with bright futures, Delta Force has just humiliated Battlefield in a big way, and you must check out this video to see what I am talking about. Be sure to click this video here, and I'll be sure to see you there.